Good afternoon, you're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. We begin with some breaking news coming in. We've been told that in a Karachi factory, a security guard has shot at and injured two Chinese nationals following a heated argument. The injured Chinese nationals are in a critical condition and have been rushed to the Liaquat National Hospital. My colleague Ajay Jandyal with us on the broadcast. Ajay, if you can take our viewers through the details. We've been told that two Chinese nationals have been shot at and injured in Karachi.
Yes, Devika, that is what sources are saying, that two Chinese nationals, those who were there outside of factory, they were shot by a security guard of a factory, and right after he opened fire, they were injured and they were evacuated and shifted to the hospital where treatment is going on. But one Chinese national is very critically injured, and sources are saying that there are highly his condition is very critical. And if you see that this is the third such incident in which the Chinese national has been targeted by the terrorists or these gunmen in Pakistan. Two incident has happened earlier in one in Waziristan, and one took place there in the Karachi later this month. So this is the third such incident in which two Chinese nationals are injured, and now they have been shifted. Meanwhile, authorities in Chinese authorities, they have conveyed to Pakistan that they have to take stern action against such people, and especially they have to act against the they have to start anti-terror operation in Pakistan to stop these kind of incidents, especially when the Chinese civilians have been targeted by the terrorist or any other one.
Ajay, what exactly is the reason that's now being given for this to take place? What exactly are we learning? We've been told that there was a heated argument which resulted in a security guard shooting at two Chinese nationals, but there have been in the past few years many attacks on Chinese nationals in Pakistan. What really is the initial information that's coming out of Karachi?
This particular incident, because the incident has taken place only 1 hour back.
Because the incident has taken place only 1 hour back, and so there is not much information shared by the sources, but sources are saying that there was some heated argument between security guard and the Chinese national, though they basically wanted to enter that premises, but they have been stopped, and that's why there was some heated argument between them, and after that this guard opened fire on these two Chinese nationals. And as I told you earlier that if you talk about the other incident, 5 Chinese engineers were killed in March this year when some unknown gunmen, they opened fire on that, and in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa 5 Chinese they were killed. And before the this incident, if you talk in October, 2 Chinese citizens were killed by the unknown gunmen and 10 others were injured when the suicidal bomber he attacked in Karachi. So this is the third such incident. In particular, this incident, as of now, there is no such statement released by the Pakistani authorities, but Chinese authorities have shown their concern, and they say that their people need to be protected, because after this CPEC was started, and this is the third such incident when Chinese national has been targeted by the by the terrorist or any gunman over there in Pakistan.
Okay, all right. Ajay, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast with those live details. Major Sudhakarji also with us on the broadcast. Major Sudhakarji, troubling news coming in from Karachi, where we've been told that a security guard has opened fire at 2 Chinese nationals, and this has been the result of a heated argument. Something does not add up in this entire story.
Yeah, Devika, good afternoon. Thank you for getting me on phone up. And you see, but any incident in Pakistan or elsewhere in the world related to violence or security can be studied in isolation. So you got to join the dots. So when you join the dots, there are many things which are happening in the Pakistan which are indicative of the Balochis having been thoroughly antagonized against the Chinese. And the case in point is 2 or 3 days back there was an attack by Pakistani army, or allegedly by Pakistan army or security forces, against the Balochis there in front of the school. It's it's a clear case of genocide being orchestrated by these, or perpetrated by these people. So the name of the place is Mustang. It has never happened like this. After that incident of 125 school children having been killed in one of the blasts a couple of years back. So what I am coming to is same Karachi, we had a suicide attack by one of the Majid Brigade, some qualified lady who had actually strapped up with lots of explosive on her and was in the limelight killing some Chinese in front of the cultural center or the institute. So my take on the whole issue is today the Pakistan population or the citizens, they are polarized. They are totally sensitive to the cultural practices and the habits which the Chinese are doing. They are drinking beer, liquor, they are eating pork here and there. And there is also a thing called as the island of convenience, where the Han Chinese are gradually coming into the borders of Balochistan and the bordering states. So this could be a manifestation of gradual, cumulative kind of a pent-up grievances against the Chinese. And Chinese have become high-headed after they have been demanding a lot of things because of CPEC. So put together, this is the extra demand by the China, centrally from the topmost level. They have started asserting, in fact, if I share something confidential, it may not be out of the context. There are Chinese troops which have been reported along the international border and the line of control. There are a large number of Chinese who are coming in the garb of the police forces, be it the Gilgit-Baltistan or Skardu or all along the seaplane. So by and by the Chinese populations are on the rise. They have started demanding that things should happen the way they expect, because the money is being paid by China just to keep the country afloat. So what is happened actually, it is too premature to come to a very definitive kind of a conclusion. But certainly this is a clear indication of the society becoming absolutely aggrieved against the Chinese and their practices and their demand for the minerals, for the gold, for oil and gas and everything in Balochistan. This perhaps could be linked with the Balochi Liberation Army or the Majid Brigade of Balochistan. Back to you, Devika.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, President Sudhakarji, for joining us on the broadcast. Sumit Peer also joins us live. Sumit, troubling news, like I said, coming in from Karachi, Pakistan, where we've been told that a security guard has shot at two Chinese nationals. And as per reports, this was over a heated argument between all of them. Sumit, as I've said earlier, something does not seem to be adding up in this entire story. When was the last time that similar news came in from Pakistan, but the context was entirely different of Chinese nationals being attacked?
Devika ji, thank you for having me on your show. In fact, day before yesterday, there was one more incident in Balochistan wherein two Pakistani security agencies or two Pakistani troops were slaughtered by BLA. In BLA, there's a brigade which is completely made and which hunts down Chinese wherever they find them, because BLA believes that Chinese are siphoning the interests of the people of Balochistan. They are mining here. They are taking our rights. And even if you describe analogy, how do they describe it? Since Pakistan army is the needle which plugs, which plugs into the vein, and Chinese are the plunger which pulls the blood. So these people are against Chinese pulling their resources, and they have warned Chinese of dire consequences. Though you remember there was this SEO meet and the Chinese vice premier trying to kind of inaugurate a airport remotely in Gwadar. But the fact remains today, if you look at Gwadar, if you look at KPK, Chinese and even the Pakistan army is not able to go there. Even if you remember recently there was an incident wherein some people killed 12 miners in Pakistan. We don't know who they are. Then again there was an incident where 5 were again killed. Now day before yesterday 2 troops and 1 is critically injured. Now today what we are coming to know is that the Chinese nationals were shot. Because there's a resentment against the Chinese, because they know that Chinese are here to siphon the wealth. Chinese are practicing this DNA engineering wherein they are trying to take these Pakistani women as their brides and dump them after some time. So this Chinese incursion into land, ladies and legitimacy is what is irking a lot of people in Pakistan, and they know China is not a friend. Look at the China's track record in Xinjiang, look at the China's track record everywhere in the world. So this Chinese incursions and the government of Pakistan along with the army playing along with it, trying to facilitate this Chinese exodus, loot and plunder. And even, I hate to say that, how many girls in Pakistan are getting married to Chinese as a third, fourth, fifth or 10th wives? We don't know. I mean, there's a big industry which is helping here. And let me remind you, Devika ji, even Imran Khan's sister has allegations of selling Pakistani women to Chinese to Chinese bridegrooms. That is the allegation which is she's facing in Pakistan. With these kind of scenarios happening, I think the resentment against the China and Chinese incursions has reached the peak. That is why you have even an instance when a security guard is firing at a Chinese national, because they believe these people are not our friends. They're there to siphon our money, siphon our wealth, and deprive our future generations of whatever is left in Pakistan. So this is an open, I would say, an open test case of the resentment of the common man of Pakistan against the nefarious designs of China. Though Pakistani government might say China is my Himalaya se bada dost and shayad se meeti dost and all that, but the people on the ground understand these Pakistani politicians, mullahs and generals are getting paid and they are letting China do the loot and plunder. And when it reaches the woman and when it reaches the the common man, when it reaches his future generations, these kind of resentments are bound to happen. This is unfortunate. It should have not happened, but unfortunately that is the position on the ground. And it's not a one-on instance of the Devgaji. If you see carefully, after every second theatre, there is a news talking about that. And Chinese have to very worry about the BLA's Majid Brigade. There's a group inside Majid Brigade which has declared they will shoot videos. They will specifically target China and Chinese interests. So China and Chinese interests are up a difficult task in Pakistan, and I don't believe ISI, Pakistani police and Pakistani army is even competent of remotely protecting them. If you look at the number of incidents, they are useless and clueless what is happening with Chinese.
Okay, all right, Sumit, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast with your perspective. But we shift our focus to some more important breaking news coming in from the Supreme Court.